Ever have a customer say, I'm super interested, only they never buy? It's frustrating, right? Today, we're gonna unpack why this happens and what you can do about it. We're gonna make sure you have a game plan so that you convert more interested buyers into customers. Real quick, if these episodes help you in any way, hit subscribe. It helps us keep bringing you practical business insights 3 times a week for free. Thanks. First, let's define what's happening. Brenda, people, when they say they're interested, it's not the same of having the intent to buy. Interest and intent are not the same thing. We have all said to something or to someone, that looks cool, or I love this idea, but you never really pulled the trigger. Why? Because interest is cheap. It costs the buyer nothing to say nice things. But buying, on the other hand, that costs money. It also costs you trust, commitment, change, maybe even embarrassment or fear of judgment if things don't go right. It's risky for them. So I'm interested might just be code for I like the idea, or I don't hate you, or I'm being polite, or I might buy someday, or even I'm just not ready. So let's break down the 4 big reasons why this happens and why people don't become customers. By the way, this is just science. This is psychology. This is just how human beings behave. This is not a gut feeling. This is just statistically what happens in the buying process. Number 1, lack of urgency. They don't see why they need to act now, why they need to buy now. If your offer is open forever or the transformation is vague, they're just going to wait forever, right? We will delay any decision that will allow us to just delay it, right? If we could just wait longer or just not make the decision now, we just won't make the decision now. This is why if you want to fix this, you have to add urgency and specificity. Why they need to buy now, right? Time-sensitive bonuses, clear deadlines. What happens if they wait? What's the penalty for waiting? Whether it's the price goes up, whether they won't get the bonuses, whether they'll run out of spots, and you don't know if will be available in the future. You need to highlight what they will lose by waiting. You got to make waiting the enemy. Number 2, lack of clarity. There is a golden rule in business that I teach inside of our program, the $100 MBA, and that is a confused mind never buys. Anybody that is in the buying process and they're not 100% clear about what they're getting, how they're going to implement that product, how they're going to benefit from them, how they're going to get the result, if it's not crystal clear and clear as day to them, they will not buy. Confusion is the enemy of conversion. So to fix this, your messaging needs to be dead simple. I'm talking about as simple language as possible. You want to make sure that it's clear what exactly they'll get and what does it do for them, right? What results are they going to get and how they will feel after. What's the after picture of your product? So for example, if I was going to teach a course on journaling, how to pick up the habit of journaling 5 minutes a day. What's the after picture? The after picture is you will feel more at peace, you'll be more creative, and you'll enjoy your mornings and start your day right. That's a good, clear picture of what their life will look like after they consume your product and implement. Number 3, lack of trust. Big one. They're not sure if your product can deliver. They're not sure if this is for them or if you can actually do what you're saying. And the way to fix this is to add proof, add case studies, testimonials, screenshots, numbers, statistics, people voicing what their experience is like working with you. Now, a lot of people, when they're starting out, they say, Omar, I don't have any testimonials. I'm selling my first product. What do I do? Well, you have people that know you, that have worked with you, ex-colleagues, bosses. Even if they're giving you a testimonial based on your character, on how hardworking, the fact that you get results, the fact that you have attention to detail, those are testimonials of your professionalism. And you can use those on your page. There's nothing wrong with asking for testimonials or a reference or whatever you want to call it from your ex-colleagues, friends, family, whatever it might be, and put it on your website. I highly recommend you get these testimonials from people that you worked with before because they're going to be able to give you a professional opinion of how effective you are. At the end of the day, they want to see someone like them who got a result, that got something positive from you. Number 4, wrong offer, wrong moment. Big one. You might have the wrong offer for the wrong person at the wrong time. So for example, at the $100 MBA, our program is quite in depth and it helps people go from nothing to $1 million in 3 separate programs inside. Now, a lot of people get kind of overwhelmed by that. Maybe they're like, I'm not even sure if I can even be an entrepreneur, if I can even take my ideas and package it into a product. And that's why that offer would not make sense to them. It's better for them to start consuming the podcast or our YouTube channel, which is absolutely free, and they can consume as much as they want until they start shaping their ideas and start feeling confident about starting a business. We even have a step in between, which is a challenge. We give an automated challenge called Own Your Job, which allows them to cultivate their idea and package it into their first product. From there, then they're ready for the next offer, which is the program. And this is all by design because I understand my audience very well. And the more you know who you're serving, the more you're going to know what to serve them. So a good fix for this problem is to go back to your audience. Are you solving the pain they really feel right now? And your audience is going to have different stages, okay, different milestones in their progress and how you can serve them. Are you speaking their language, or are you using your own language, which is a little bit advanced for them? This is something I constantly, even till this day, after decades of business experience, I still have to go back and simplify my language because I'm still very much in the weeds as somebody who's been doing this for a very long time. I might use some words that are a little bit difficult for a beginner to understand. So I need to kind of explain those words or use different words to make sure that they understand what I'm saying as well as what they're getting. Now, let's get tactical. What are 3 things you can do immediately to convert those who are interested into sales? Number 1, follow up with purpose. If someone said that they're interested, don't just say, hey, just checking in. That is just not useful and not helpful to the customer. Instead, say something like, hey, Gloria, I know you were interested in product X. I'm opening up 5 spots this week. Just wanted to give you first dibs before I send it to my list. Now, if you have any questions about this product, please reply. I'm happy to answer any questions while we have spots available. It's friendly, it's generous, it adds a gentle nudge, but also gives them a chance to ask questions and not say, I'm ready to buy. The only option to reply is not, yes, I'm in, or ignore, right? There's another option. You can ask questions. You can say, okay, is it for me? This is my situation. This is my budget, whatever it might be. The second thing you could do to convert more customers is record a personal video. I can't tell you how impactful this is. This one really works. Send them a Loom video, any kind of screen capture video with your face as well as your screen if you want to do a little presentation. Say their name, show your face, and talk directly to them. Okay, if you want to get somebody over the hump where they say they're interested and you want to get them to buy, get personal. Show them that you know who they are and that you are willing to serve them. This makes it real. It separates you from everyone else that just sends blanket emails without even customizing it in any way or personalizing like this video. It builds trust very fast. And I highly recommend doing this, especially in the beginning when you have nothing but leverage of time, meaning that you don't have so many customers your way that you don't know how to handle it. You are just trying to get your first 5, 10, 15, 20 sales. You can do 20 videos and make an impact. Number 3, audit your sales message. Huge. Ask 3 people who never seen your sales page or heard your pitch or seen your sales video and ask them, what do you think this is? What do you think it will do for you? Who's it for? Ask them these questions. If they can't easily answer these questions, it's back to the drawing board. Time to edit the copy, time to edit that video. If they can't answer these clearly, it's not them, it's you. Simplify the message. Make the outcome irresistible and clear. Brenda and everybody who's tuning in, I'm interested is often a polite, I'm not sure. Your job as the business owner, as the person who's making this sale, that wants to make this sale, is to make it easy and obvious and low risk to say yes. You don't want anybody on the fence. You need a yes or a no. So your job is to help them make a decision, is to give them everything they need to make that decision. Interest is a spark, but closing the sale, that's your responsibility. You need to give them everything that they need, all the information that they need. You need to educate them so that they give you a yes or no. By the way, a no is a sale, right? This is actually from a line from a movie called Boiler Room, which is they're either going to sell you on why they're not going to do it, or you're going to sell them on why they're going to do it. And it's true, but it's okay for you to get a no. It's okay. And that no is often not now, or maybe later, or I can't afford it, or all these reasons, which is valid. Fine. And you're going to continue to serve them with your free content, with your blog, with your newsletter, whatever you got, until they are ready and they are in the position to say yes. Thanks so much for tuning in. If you got a question you want answered here on the podcast, just go to 100mba.net/Q, submit your question, and we'll make sure to answer it right here on the show. And if you want more real and raw and actionable insights to start, grow, and scale your business every single week right in your inbox, then you should join our 3 Things newsletter. In this newsletter, I give you 3 things: something to think about, something to do, something to learn. This allows you to grow week after week. It's my way to coach you from afar. It's absolutely free. It's value-packed. It only takes 5 minutes once a week. It's going to help you tremendously. And over 800 people have signed up just this week. So join them over at 100mba.net/newsletter. Until next time, go out there and make it real. Make it happen. And do your job. Do your job to help your customers make a decision.